Also new this morning, a Boston-bound flight forced to slam on the brakes to avoid crashing into another plane at Reagan International Airport in Washington, D.C. American Airlines flight 2134 from D.C. to Boston was speeding up, ready to take off around 10:30 yesterday morning. That's when a private plane was given permission to land on an intersecting runway at the same time. Air traffic control attempted to divert that plane, but it was too late. That private plane was already on the ground. The American Airlines flight was forced to stop just inches away from the other plane. The flight was delayed for 4 hours while air traffic control inspected the plane. It did land safely in Boston.